Parenting done properly is a heroic act. There's several facets of it, but here's the big secret. It's gonna be a lot.
Cha-cha want a cookie? Num-num cookie?
It takes sacrifice, it takes courage. It also takes drawing healthy boundaries.
11-ish?
10-ish? Heading for 9:30-ish?
10:30-ish it is.
I'm trying to raise mature people who can face the world.
We're superheroes. What could happen?
Parenting isn't really that complicated.
I know what I said.
It's just exhausting. The things that you have to do aren't hard to figure out.
Math is math.
They're just hard to do all day, every day, for 20 years.
Easy.
Easy, huh? You're adorable.
And if you're dealing with multiple children, as a parent, being present to give your children praise, to build them up,
That's my girl.
take ownership and accountability, and show love.
We're superheroes. What can happen?
He is bright and I am stimulating. We deserve each other.
The animation on the baby! Come on!
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist, and I love movies. This is.
Alan Seawright, professional.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist, and I love movies. This is.
Alan Seawright, professional filmmaker who needs therapy.
And today we're.
I made that way too long, didn't I?
That's what. Yes, you did.
That's what she said.
So today we're going to be exploring what The Incredibles got right about parenting. There are so many examples.
Kind of a lot, right?
Poor parenting on film, and yeah, they got a lot of it right. Such a positive episode. Why are we doing this one today?
We are doing this one. This was actually one of our Kickstarter producers. We made a little short film called Moonstruck. It will be available on the Telekinesis Entertainment channel here on YouTube at some point this year. Later in the year sometime? 2022. This was brought to us by Kristen and Chris and
Nina.
And man, they're great, and they had questions about parenting, and they thought The Incredibles had good parenting, and they wanted us to explain why it was good.
That was physically painful for me to watch and witness.
My boy's wicked smart.
So Chris, Kristen, and Nina, thank you for donating to our film. Let's dive into The Incredibles and parenting.
I'm going to see how painful I can make this for Jonathan.
That's what she said.
What a trooper. I'm so proud of you.
Thanks, Mom.
Words of affirmation, gratitude.
Solid parenting all around.
I think your father is in trouble.
If you haven't noticed, Mom, we're not doing so hot either.
I'm going to look for him. And that means you're in charge until I get back, Violet.
What?
So accurate.
Put these on. Your identity is your most valuable possession. Protect it. And if anything goes wrong, use your powers.
But you said never to
I know
use-
what I said.
Also so accurate.
The
Remember
fist
the
and the
bad guys
breathing, I've done
from those
that.
shows you used to watch on Saturday mornings? Well, these guys are not like those guys. They won't exercise restraint because you're children. They will kill you if they get the chance. Do not give them that chance.
Mom,
Vi, I'm counting on
There's
you.
something I gotta
I'm
talk to
counting on you. Be strong. Dash, if anything goes wrong, I want you to run as fast as you can.
as fast as I can.
As fast as you can. Stay hidden. Keep each other safe. I'll be back by morning.
So she doesn't feel calm and reassuring, but she's making herself be in that space.
Yeah.
Mom, what happened on the plane? I'm sorry. I wanted to. I mean, when you asked me to, I'm sorry.
Shh. It isn't your fault. It wasn't fair for me to suddenly ask so much of you. But things are different now. And doubt is a luxury we can't afford anymore, sweetie. You have more power than you realize. Don't think. And don't worry. If the time comes, you'll know what to do. It's in your blood.
It's very true. So I'm going to get a big assist from Alan on this episode because you often talk about the filmmaking stuff, but you are wholly qualified to go deep dive on the parenting stuff with me on this.
I can talk about parenting as a parent who is, at worst, mediocre.
And at best,
Above average.
above average.
Slightly.
That's what she said. That's my joke. Damn it, Dwight.
Mr. and Mrs. Incredible have a pretty good relationship, but they've had to deal with some tough stuff.
Yeah, they definitely could have used a good therapist to help them through some of these things.
Today's video is sponsored by BetterHelp, speaking of good therapists.
Thanks, babe. BetterHelp is not a crisis line. It is not self-help. It is professional therapy done securely online.
That's right, and it's more affordable than traditional offline therapy. They accept HSA benefits, and financial aid is available if you qualify.
BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with a therapist, and you can start communicating within 48 hours.
They also have a network of over 20,000 therapists, many of whom have expertise that may not be available in your local locality.
Or municipality. They make it easy and free to change therapists if needed. They want to make sure that you find a therapist who's a good fit for you.
And you can log into your account at any time to send messages to your therapist.
And also schedule weekly phone or video sessions.
So visit betterhelp.com/cinematherapy. That's better HELP. And join the over 2 million people who are taking charge of their mental health journey using they're better at it because of BetterHelp. It's better.
Click the link below and get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/cinematherapy.
Get better. It's better than not being better.
Get help.
Are we gonna do get help?
Why is this good parenting?
Well, there's actually one moment that I wanted to talk to you about that's not great parenting. Vi starts having some doubts and expressing some concerns.
Yeah.
And Helen kind of just steps on her.
Yeah. Just like, not hearing it.
Yeah. But outside of that, Vi brings up her concern again. She listens. She pays attention. She validates Vi's feelings before offering her a piece of advice that is good.
That is very good. So you're going to talk about the parenting, and I'm going to talk about the filmmaking.
Go for it.
Okay, here we go.
Hold on to your butts.
Well, I think it's easier to either write all bad characters or all good characters.
Yeah.
So if you want to write a character, this is what a good parent should look like, then you can have this character that is, but those little moments of imperfection when she's like, I know what I said. Listen to what I'm saying now.
Yeah.
Right? Or like the fact that she steps on Vi and then Vi pushes and then she says,
okay, let me...
Yeah, I need to... Like, that is very realistic, and that makes the goodness of the parenting resonate with me more than if she were just...
It feels real.
Yeah, because here's the thing about parenting. There's several facets of it. One of them, of course, is I'm trying to raise responsible, mature people who can face the world.
Yeah.
Right? That's the part that we idealize when we imagine being parents and what parenting looks like. Then there's a side of it which is what parenting actually is day in, day out, which is I am managing a million things and I just need you guys to be quiet and do what I ask.
It is a constant stream of annoyance and frustration, punctuated by occasional moments of teaching you a life lesson.
Well, and the thing about the annoyance and the frustration is it's very human as a parent to just run with that.
Oh, sure.
And then your kids are going to call you out on it because that's how kids are.
And then they're going to need therapy.
And then, or they'll remember it. And so
yeah.
She is trying to keep them safe. What I love about this scene, I love that she is, the whole thing about, they're not like the guys in the Saturday morning cartoons. They will not exercise restraint. They will kill you. I remember being in the movie theater going, Disney.
Seems a little dark for you, Disney. Wow.
And I like it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he says? Damn it.
There's this idea of we need to protect children, which we do, but I think we protect them by preparing them.
Yes.
Instead of by sheltering and shielding. And I love that she's reassuring while also being very real about what the stakes are and what's really going on. We often think we can't tell kids what's really going on, but they're smarter than we give them credit for. It's probably because they act so stupid so much of the time that we don't think they're very
so stupid.
We don't think they're very smart, but they know when they're being condescended to. And so
Yes.
it's better to speak to them at their level, but to be real with them about what's going on.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I've been a lousy father. Blind to what I have. So obsessed with being undervalued that I valued all of you.
Dad?
How relatable is that with a teenager, like the teenager just piecing out of the conversation?
I love when Helen's like, let him talk.
Adventure.
It's vulnerability. It's accountability. Old style parenting is I'm the boss, you'll do things my way. because I'm the father, because I'm the mother. And at the end of the day, someone has to steer the ship,
Right.
and it's the parents. Good parenting is taking the voices of the children into account and letting them have a major say in how things play out. It's also, if I want to have my children grow up to be responsible and accountable for their mistakes, I have to model that.
Exactly.
If I'm not accountable and responsible, but I demand it of them, what I'm going to get is passive aggressiveness, or I'm going to get rebellion.
Hi, this is Kari. I have a question about Jack Jack.
Come on, we're in a limo.
You're wearing your hair back.
Huh? Oh, yeah. I just, yeah.
It looks good.
Thanks, Dad.
That was so cool when you threw that car.
Not as cool as you running on water.
Hey, Mom, hey, Mom, that was sweet. You smacked that bad guy with your arm and like kind of whiplashed him to the other guy. It was so sweet.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen to messages, honey.
So Helen models a great amount of patience here, because when I'm on the phone and my kids are trying to talk to me, I do the Harrison Ford finger.
You do
No, with a stare. You know, Harrison Ford does that. Like, I'll do that. And then I'll mute my cell phone and I'm like, knock it off. And I'll grit my teeth. So for Helen to just be like, yeah, I'm trying to listen to messages, honey. Like, good for her. Way to help me on my journey to be a more patient parent.
Yep.
As a parent, being present to give your children praise and to build them up. And, you know, the whole 5-to-1, 5 positive interactions to every 1 negative.
Yeah.
That takes mental effort. You have to be
Oh,
mindful
sure.
to do it.
Yeah.
Because when it doesn't come naturally, when it's not a big celebratory moment, when your kids are wanting to celebrate with you and you're just thinking about the next thing you have to do, done properly, parenting is a heroic act.
Edna Mode. Thank you for everything.
Yes, I'm sure your gratitude is quite inexpressible.
It takes sacrifice. It takes courage. It also takes drawing healthy boundaries. Right? So we're going to get into some of that. But being there for your kids doesn't just come naturally. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Hey, bye.
Speaking of
I
hair.
want you back here by 10:30.
Now this is just them
10-ish,
showing off.
Heading for 9:30ish.
10:30ish it is.
Enjoy the movie.
That's so relatable.
So he has the clear expectation.
All giving in to the sweet sucker of sleep.
So right now he feels like he's crushing it, and this is the truest bit of parenting in these movies. Is okay, I did it. I finished my day, some me time.
We can roll the
Oh,
That's not the way you're supposed to do it, Dad. They want us to do it.
I
this
don't
way.
know that way. Why would they change math? Math is
it's
math.
okay,
Math
Dad.
is math.
I'll just wait for Mom to get back.
What? Well, she won't understand it any better than I do.
outer limit.
All over Tuesday. Going to sleep because they.
I can't tell you how many times like I feel like I've got a handle on it as a parent, and then nope, you don't.
No.
This is the little.
Close it! Everyone's hitting the sack.
Whoever the animators are at Pixar who did Jack Jack, you are gods. You are heroes. Like, it's a baby that is like simultaneously wise and knowing,
Yeah.
and the most baby thing ever, but also a superhero. Like,
Yeah.
it's
perfection.
Thank you.
I'm planting a seed for a little bit further in our conversation. Right now, we see the sacrificial part of parenting.
Sure.
And that is when we talk about parenting done properly as a heroic act, we often talk about the sacrifices of parents, especially, historically, especially moms, of putting your wants to your needs on the back burner for everyone in the family. And what I love about The Incredibles 2 is that Bob gets a taste of what it's been like for Helen.
Yep.
And what that life is actually like. If you want to actually make me angry in therapy as one of my therapy clients, go ahead and talk about how the stay-at-home parent has it easy compared to you when you go to work.
Dumb.
Just try that with me and see how that goes.
Do it. Do it.
But too much sacrifice, a virtue can become a vice.
Sure.
Because you are no longer actually able to be there for your kids.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely.
If you don't take care of yourself, you got nothing left for them.
It's not my fault they changed math.
So now he's just ticked about all the things going poorly. I guess this plays into the sacrifice piece, but I love this a little bit.
Yeah. This is him putting in the work.
Come on. I think I understand your math assignment. We still have some time to finish it before you test. So first you want to put all the numbers by themselves.
And often with parenting, the success comes when you think you've reached your threshold, and then you just like chill out, you regroup, and then you try it differently.
Man, that's the way most of life is, right? Like
Yeah.
when you want something, when you're desperate to get something, it's always evading you. And when you kind of relax, you're suddenly attractive to, you know, the people you want to attract or to the job that you want or whatever. Like if you're not desperate,
Yeah.
like desperation is a stink that you can't get rid of.
Well, and desperation usually comes from, in my experience as a parent, like I want and I need my me time. And
Yes.
I'm most likely to get frustrated and short-tempered when I feel like I've given so much for you. This is for me now. And you're still awake.
Why won't you go to sleep?
Now you will go to sleep, or I will put you to sleep.
Before you have kids, consider, am I willing to sacrifice of myself what it's going to take to sacrifice of myself?
Because it's going to be a lot.
It's going to be a lot.
Cha-cha want a cookie? Num-num cookie? Cha-cha want a num-num? Num-num cookie? Cookie?
But you do reach a point of exhaustion where you can't even be angry anymore because
Oh, yeah.
it takes too much energy.
It's just like, I can't. I'm just whatever.
That is freaky. And that's not
Not like our other kids. No, it is not.
No, it
Power,
is
totally
not.
random.
So now
So the mistake he's made so far is thinking he has to do it alone. Now, granted, Helen's working, but he has a friend. And
But if I stop... No biting a daddy. What? No bite.
I know you're a fan of a good hard cut.
It's so great.
Okay.
So he's got Lucius over to help him. I mean, the fact is, you got family, you got friends.
Yeah.
Be a hero, but don't be a hero.
We need major life realignment on a number of levels, starting with baby Super Freak here. You need some solid.
Just licking the ice.
Well, and just using the ice as a magnifying glass into his mouth. Come on, that's comedy. Like, I've said it before. Most American studio comedies of the last, 15 to 20 years are funny.
Yeah.
But they don't take advantage of all the cinematic funny that you can do that like old school comedies did.
Yeah.
Where there's not just dialogue or pratfalls, but there's weird cuts. And
Yeah.
there's, hey, we're just going to have a magnifying glass into a baby's mouth. 'Cause that is just hilarious.
You look ghastly, Robert.
I haven't been sleeping. I broke my daughter. They keep changing math. We needed AA batteries, but I got AAA.
I got
Now we
AAA.
still need AA batteries. Run that thing in a load of whites, and now everything's pink. And I think we need eggs.
Done properly, parenting is a heroic act. Done properly.
Done
I am
properly.
fortunate that it has never afflicted me. But you do not
She's a
come
perfect
to me
character.
for eggs and batteries, Robert. I design hero wear. And Elastigirl must have a new suit.
Actually, it's Jack.
You also wish a new suit for the baby? I would hardly classify this as an emergency.
Well, he's a special case. We're studying. If I could just leave him with you for a
Leave him here? I am not a baby person, Robert. I have no baby facilities. I am an artist. I do not involve myself in the prosaic day-to-day. Day? Fascinating. Are you seeing this, Robert? Oh my God. Yes. Of course you can leave the baby overnight. I'm sure filling in for Helen is challenging and you are very tired and the other children need you and miss you and you must go to them. Auntie Edna will take care of everything, so drive safely and goodbye. I enjoy our visits.
Okay. So, aside from that being cryingly funny, has this happened to you? You like reappraise your children and your relationship with them when the Edna modes in your life suddenly go, your baby is incredible, and I want to spend all the time forever with them.
I think that's definitely a thing. I mean, diminishing returns definitely kicks in when it comes to time with kids.
Sure, yeah.
Not because kids are terrible, but because kids are exhausting. They just need.
Mom! 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 Mommy! 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 Mama! 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 Ma! Ma!
And so people are coming in like fresh off the bench, and they see things in your kids that you have stopped seeing because you just see the annoyances.
You're too tired and you're too focused on, look, there's a problem that I have to correct.
Yeah. And so it does help to get another perspective on your children to be, oh yeah, I really do love them.
Oh my God. Yes.
I also love that he's a freaking superhero, and now he's talking about the batteries and everything's pink now, and it really speaks to me because no matter what you accomplished before you were a parent, no matter how prolific you were, talented you were, no matter how awesome you were, it will break you. Parenthood will break you, and then if you let it, it will build you back up into something better. But my goodness, yeah.
Hey, Vi.
Hey. Where's Jack?
He's taking it for a little bit.
Edna is babysitting.
Yeah.
And you're okay with this?
Yeah. I don't know why, but yeah. I wanted to say something to you. Sorry about Tony. I didn't think about Dicker erasing his memory or about you having to pay the price for a choice you never made. It's not fair. I know. And then I made it worse at the restaurant by trying to... Anyway, I'm sorry. I'm used to knowing what the right thing to do is, but now I'm not sure anymore. I just want to be a good dad.
You're not good. You're super.
Actually brought tears to my eyes a little bit, that scene. Just want to be a good dad. Just want to be a good parent. And it's hard.
Yeah.
And so often you feel like you're messing it up. And in moments, you absolutely are.
Yep.
Even good parents, like in moments, absolutely 100%. And we have to take the pressure off. The perfect parent is a myth.
Doesn't exist.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, you're going to lose your temper. You're going to be short. You're going to try and do something to fix things, and you're going to make things worse. Mm-hmm. You're going to try and relate to your kids, and as autonomous beings with emotions that they're navigating, sometimes they're not going to want you around. They're going to push you away. Sometimes they're going to snap at you.
That's right.
Everybody who has kids that I know wants a harmonious home, wants a happy home, wants their kids to feel loved, safe, and respected. And my biggest fear is not my parenting mistakes, because I know I make them, I know I apologize, I know I make amends, I know we have a lot of good times, a lot of good things. My biggest fear is that the mistakes will outweigh the positives.
Yeah.
That somehow my kids are going to emerge feeling unloved and unwanted, or that they are mistakes, or that they are rejects, or that their defects outweigh their positives. Because how often, if things are good, we don't say anything.
Right.
And when things aren't good, we're stressed out and maxed out and exhausted, and then we come down hard, or we nitpick, or we criticize, and that they don't get the message. And so this speaks to me so much, that his accountability and his ownership, but also his vulnerability, that I just want to be a good dad.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to do right by you, and I'm sorry for my mistakes. It's really beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's really funny that he just falls asleep when she's connecting with him.
Just completely out of it. It's not the years, honey. It's the mileage.
So it's crucial that you make time for yourself. And I love, after this scene, I love that Violet just lets him sleep and she just takes care of things. And that's a big thing about a parent, is we assume respect is there, or should be there, is owed to us, because we create life!
And I destroy it.
And we destroy it. Right? Because we assume that I do all these things for you, that they're going to be grateful and they're going to be respectful, but the respect comes from how you treat the kids.
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing is, you earn influence with your kids by, instead of anger, using persuasion. Mm-hmm. Instead of impatience, showing patience. When you fail and fall on your face, which happens a lot, that you own it and you don't blame it on the other person. That if they were misbehaving and then you got angry, that's two separate things.
Yeah.
Your misbehavior, okay, that's one thing to address, but my anger wasn't justified because of this.
Right.
And I need to own that.
I can't tell you how much I appreciate you watching Jack.
So he's back, he's had some rest.
Yes, I'm sure your gratitude is quite inexpressible. Don't ask me to do it again, darling. My rates are far too high. I am joking, Robert. I enjoyed the assignment. He is bright and I am stimulating. We deserve each other.
The animation on the baby!
Like
Come
all
on!
babies, he has enormous potential. It is not unknown for supers to have
Look at how
more than one
hoity-toity
power when
Jack
young,
Jack
but
is.
this little one has
He's been living the high life.
Yes, you have many powers.
The look at his dad! Come on! Come on!
There's also a very real thing, and I don't know why kids do this, but you will have people look after your kids, and they will behave so much better for them, and you will think, is it me?
Yeah.
Because this person's coming fresh, they don't have all the time with you, they don't know you like I do, they don't have the skills that I have from all the hours put in, and you guys got along great.
And you're like a perfect angel for them.
What the hell is that?
How dare you?
I uncovered it with my daughter, with Sherry. She wanted to do a late night at a friend's house. And I said, no. And she says, why? I said, because you've been a terror today. And I'm not going to subject some other kid's parents to that. And she goes, Dad, I'm only awful to you guys.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
I know.
Wow! That cuts deep!
Here's the thing, though. 100% true.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, well, I guess you can go hang out as soon as you pull the knife out of my back.
We are often, well, all of us, not just children, we're often the worst to the people that we share our lives with because we assume they're not going anywhere. And, you know, we assume that it's going to be fine. But with other relationships, we're like, well, I better be on my best behavior because they could ask me to leave and never come back. And so, yeah.
Come on, kids.
Dad! I know this is going to work, but if it doesn't and we crash, my shields are probably better protection than the ship. I should stay here with Jack Jack.
That's my girl.
I just love that he accepts her influence and doesn't just dismiss her because she's a child with an idea.
The pride.
Yeah. And you only get that if you slow down enough to listen, which is hard to do because, okay, let's get real. Very often your kids will come to you with ideas and they're terrible.
Yeah, most of the time.
Because every once in a while, as you pointed out with Jack Jack, they're exceptionally wise.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And every once in a while, they'll have ideas and you'll think, why didn't I think of that? As they get older and you slide further and further into dementia,
it's coming.
They have more and more great ideas, and letting them assume responsibility and take charge of things.
This is the thing with parenting that I have found, and what the Incredibles family does so well. Parenting isn't really that complicated.
Yeah.
It's just exhausting.
Yeah.
The things that you have to do aren't hard to figure out. They're just hard to do all day, every day.
Yeah.
For 20 years.
And if you're dealing with multiple children, look, it's the sheer amount of energy and exhaustion. And I love Bob takes ownership. Bob shows vulnerability. Bob is willing to make things right. Parenting done properly is a heroic act. But here's the big secret. Don't be abusive.
Sorry. Abuse is not funny. Just
here's the big secret.
Here's the big secret. Don't hit your kids.
Don't be abusive.
Genius.
Don't be negligent.
Of course.
And then literally everything else is to show love.
Write that down, write that down!
Yeah.
Like, you're going to make a ton of mistakes, and love covers a lot of that.
That's what she said.
So until next time, nom nom cookie, nom nom cookie.
He is bright, and I am stimulating. We deserve each other.
And
watch movies, darling.
Yeah.
I enjoy our visits.
So do I. Way to stay in character.
I can't get out now. I'm stuck. I'm also slipping further into Hannibal Lecter.
Way to stay in Edna mode.
Edna mode.
Ooh.
You had to slide a dad joke in there at the end.
Ooh.